The question is, would I pay $85?
Like,
Woo! 85, 18.
Yeah.
That is quite a price
because that is a
jump.
big price difference.
Hi friends, welcome to That High Couple, where we explore and discuss our passion for cannabis.
On today's vlog, we are going back to something we haven't done in a while, which is a versus comparison.
I love whenever we can compare, the most expensive versus the least expensive of any item, and today we're going to be looking at probably the most common thing that you would pick up from a shop, which is an eighth of weed.
Yep, an eighth of an ounce, aka 3.5 grams. We are using one of our favorite online delivery services here in Los Angeles called Emjay.
They're also based out of a dispensary on Fairfax called Stravinsky. This is really pulling from a legitimate dispensary, so this will give you a very good idea of what we could see from the top of the price to the bottom of the price for most shops.
So let's jump into the 2/8 that we've got here from Emjay, starting with the least expensive. This is a brand that we are familiar with. This is Old Pal.
Old Pal has been in Southern California for years now.
Yeah, we've been to a couple different events that Old Pal was a main sponsor. Yeah, it was great to see their eighth here. I really do enjoy their packaging too. It's not going to be what we're going to compare it here to a glass jar, but as far as a bag goes for Mylar and stuff, this is pretty cool packaging.
This is double sealed, and it also has a sticker with the whole lab testing on it, so you know you're getting something that is verified quality.
So let's open it up here and take a look. Child safe.
Yes.
Keep it safe from the babies. Okay.
And this is also a hybrid. This is Girl Scout cookies. That we're
Yeah,
going to be looking
so
at.
definitely a strain that we're familiar with, that we smoked before. Ooh, you definitely get a good, strong, pungent smell. As soon as you open that up, you're like, oh, that's a bag of weed. That is what that is.
There's nothing better than the first time you crack open a new eighth, especially anything that's just it's been sitting there curing and stuff, so... God, yeah, I think the nose knows so much when it comes to smoking weed and cannabis, and this I can tell it's not like swag. The most affordable eighths I would smells like hay.
Yes, that is a good comparison. I'm really pleasantly surprised to see that these are some decent sized nugs. They're bigger than a popcorn nug size for sure. Pretty tight and compact here too, I want to say as well. They're not too dry either. There is a good bit of moisture in here, a good bit of stickiness still.
There are a couple of actual little leaves.
Yeah, let's take some of this and grind it up and smoke it.
Ooh, yeah, the taste test. Yes.
Cheers, everyone. Let's try out this Girl Scout cookies.
Girl Scout cookies. 9% taste test.
Ooh, nice.
Try that.
Honestly, for that being the least expensive weed that you could get in the shop, that doesn't necessarily taste like it. It's not, oh my god, ooh, I need to know the strain. What is that flavor? That is so unique. But if I was at a friend's house and they passed me this and I took a hit, it's not like I would think, oh wow, they got the least expensive to try and save on the friend sesh or something.
Yeah.
This is damn decent weed.
So true. Most weed kind of falls into three categories for me of oh, this doesn't really taste worth it, to okay, yeah, that's weed, to oh my goodness, this is above my expectations. This is right in the middle of this is weed. Yeah.
Honestly, good real tight nugs, strong smell.
Yeah.
And then good flavor on that hit too. It hit pretty smooth.
I feel that hit
yeah. Honestly,
immediately.
Exactly. It does kind of hit you right off the bat. It's that good hybrid.
I'm loving this high, and also let's just talk about the price point, because this is a $16 eighth before tax. So after tax, it's only $18.
That's crazy. Under $20 for an eighth that smokes like that isn't just pure shake. This is actual nugs, real flower.
From a brand.
It's nice to be able to know that I could go to any dispensary and get this same eighth, and it's going to be consistent all the way through.
This is just Old Pal is all across the state, we're getting into, and I would absolutely go for another one of these eighths anytime. Well worth the money.
Not right now, but looking to the future, I feel like if you were doing any kind of a fun party sesh.
Yeah, I would be stoked if this was the party supply for any room that
honestly, I'm for it being the least expensive eighth, if you need to get a lot of weed to roll something really big or just host a bunch of people, it does not taste like the least expensive eighth. I think that's great. It's
delivered to your door.
Yes, with delivery too. Okay. Shout out to Emjay. We're gonna enjoy this high for a little bit.
Yes.
Grab some lunch, let this settle and kind of reset, and then we are going to pop back in and give the most expensive eighth here a shot.
Yeah, so we'll see you in a couple of hours, guys.
2 hours later.
And And we are back, everybody. That was a very enjoyable Old Pal high, I'm not gonna lie.
It actually lasted like a pretty long time, even into the lunch and stuff. I was very pleasantly surprised.
We got some big shoes to fill, I feel like, coming here with the most expensive eighths now, because that least expensive one was very impressive. I'm very impressed, so high expectations for this.
Exactly, because that is my attitude going into this, is that this is the most expensive eighth in the shop. This is a $70 eighth. $85 after taxes. Looking at almost $100 eighth, so that's the thing. If you're getting more of my money, I expect more. Yeah, let's dive into Connected Cannabis's eighth of Gelinade. It's like lemonade.
It's like, but with gel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gelinade. That's the thing, with most of these top shelf eighths, most of them are going to be like very
super rare, specific genetics that are curated, and you know, it's like a nice bottle of wine in a shop. It's going to be expensive because it's not the one that you can get at 7-Eleven. So,
Exactly.
you know, I get it. But I will say, you know, glass jar is nice. Definitely an upgrade from the Mylar bag.
Absolutely. I love seeing that it has this metallic sticker that's like what I would see on like Apple products, like computer products.
Yeah, that does make it feel a little bit fancier for sure, having this.
Got the sealed too.
Right. We've got the lab tests here on the side of it. Tells us all the information. It does look like there's a little ripple in the packaging here that I'm noticing.
Again, we're going to be more critical of it, and it's like, if I'm spending almost $100 on the eighth, then like the label sticker on the jar has, like, I can't.
It should be perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Almost feels like hand done, and I'm just like, but okay, first we'll knock against you.
All right, let's open her on up. Okay, we've got the seal.
See, I really love this.
Keep it fresh.
It's a little detail, but just like the other metallic sticker, actually having something that's like sealed for smell and stuff, like that's really cool.
Ooh, okay. Smell alone.
Ooh.
Smell alone in comparison. This one wins the smell category. Okay, yes.
Ooh, the smell sort of just immediately, like your nose hairs just go, ah, and you're just like,
exactly, it gets in there. Wow.
Ooh, the smell is a degree better.
It is.
Than the other one. We'll say that.
It is. The other one was dank. It was pungent, but this is, this is a citrusy, sweet, delicious, like, I would put my nose in that and go, oh, what is that? Tell me what strain that is, versus like, oh, smells dank. Okay. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, I'm more curious with this.
It's the difference between like, oh, that smells nice versus like, what is this bouquet?
What is this?
What is all this?
Pop it out here.
The look of it, here's my first impression of the look. I also, with higher expectations, I like would not have been disappointed if the entire eighth was literally 2 or 3
I do
big
enjoy
nuts.
when that happens.
Yes.
I do enjoy when that happens. And I feel like, I mean, it depends on the plant, depends on what they're growing and stuff. This is still a full, 3.5 here, eighth.
Big nugs, so it's not, they're
not
noticeably
popcorn.
bigger
Exactly.
than Old Pal.
Yes, they are bigger, and they are noticeably more covered in trichomes, I will say. I can honestly see how furry, fuzzy, just like dusted these are.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Yeah, these do look, just by the looks of it alone, no kind of extra little trimming leaves or anything that were on the Old Pal. Like, you can tell this is definitely a higher quality.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed the feel of it. I think with the Old Pal, it was just like, it had just enough moisture where it's like, okay, I could still kind of feel a little crackle touching it. This is very pliable. It really makes me feel like it's still, like you break it in half.
Covered in trichomes too.
Yeah, that to me is such an easy, like,
they're everywhere.
If you can crack open a nug and see trichomes going all the way down to the stem, that is a good sign.
All the way in there. Like, look at that. That is crazy.
Yeah,
it's so covered.
There's not a single inch of this that isn't just like covered in stuff. It feels like it still has just enough like moisture in it to make it like really quality. I also love even just reading on the like sticker and stuff that this was packaged just this year, just in January. So the other like eighths that you buy at the shops, you guys should notice like some of the packaging dates. Some of them can be from, you'd be surprised, some of them are from months ago.
Yeah, this I am excited to smoke, so let's get into that.
Yes, let's grind up some nugs. Yes, let's go.
All right. We've got to clean the bowl here. Fresh eighths packed, part 2.
Part 2.
Cheers, everybody.
I'm stepping up to this plate, like really hoping that I can tell a noticeable difference in taste and hopefully the high.
Woo! Wow.
Cheers.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, right off the bat. Damn, that is really, really good. But smoothness-wise, smoking-wise.
It's about, or at least like
I want to say it's about the same as the Old Pal. It's not like the Old Pal was way harsher than this, or this is incredibly smooth or anything. They're both pretty easy to hit.
I would actually say
Taste and flavor, I don't know. Judging by the way they looked, I kind of thought it was gonna hit me with a little bit more terps in it. It's not bad. I do taste it, but
for the smell that you walk into the hit, and
yes.
I will say, I feel like my lungs are a little bit more sensitive than hers, so I do feel like it is a smoother hit overall than the Old Pal, but it's like drinking a smoother milkshake but with less flavor. like I'm just like, okay, like I wouldn't be able to tell you like really distinct like terpene notes of this in the same way that I got from the smell. Like the smell like overwhelmed me with like information. This, I'm sitting here like, all right, it was a smooth hit. I'm like immediately feeling the high.
Citrusy notes. I am immediately feeling the high. I will say that. Yeah, damn, that one hit does kind of get you.
And it was a smooth hit. Like I just took 2 back to back, like no problem. Like,
yeah.
The question is, would I pay $85?
Like
Woo! 18.
Yeah,
that is quite a.
Because that is a
jump.
big price difference coming out of your wallet, honestly.
Yeah. In both cases, you're getting branded, lab tested, quality weed. Yeah, I think with the top shelf and stuff, like I want it to blow my socks off, and I would say my socks are still on, guys.
Oh,
they're still on.
Gelinade. I like it.
I don't hate you, but I don't love you. Especially if you're this expensive of a date, I hope to have a better time.
Hey, putting it nicely. But honestly, I'm very impressed with the Old Pal flower.
Yeah.
For the price that it is, it's not perfect in comparison looking at the buds. I would say, blind test, I would probably say I want to smoke this more.
100%. More manicured, had deeper, darker colors to it for sure. Trichomes, yeah.
And I will say high-wise, I think I am enjoying this a little bit better than the Old Pal. It was good. I was like, okay, it's the beginning of the day. I'm starting off with this was my wake and bake basically. It was the Old Pal.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get high, but now hitting this from a sober level again, I feel like this I am definitely like getting a little bit more giggly, getting a little bit more like just excited and fun feeling kind of. So
yeah, and
I do think yes, this is definitely better, but is it worth it for the price?
Exactly, right? And also I love seeing, because we have it lab tests and stuff, the THC level. This is coming in at 26% THC. This is 17. That's also a pretty big like jump and stuff.
But still, so much of it is the overall terpenes that are in there and the entourage effect of everything that I feel like you can't necessarily exactly. It's something to consider, but it's consider it along with price as well. You know,
I think if nothing else, it helps you recognize that like, oh, if you're really trying to be sold a deal just on like, oh, it's the highest THC, 26, 27% THC. It's like, that's not the only thing that you're going to appreciate when you actually eventually smoke this. So, but no, I just think it's like, and especially considering that 26 to 17 feels like such a big THC difference, but like the high in itself, I'm like,
exactly. I wouldn't say there's an over 10% level difference in the high. Exactly. I would say I may be enjoying this a little bit better, but I think this might be a sativa versus this one is a hybrid. And I do tend to favor sativas a little bit more. So overall, the entourage effect, I do actually, Gelinade is, I think, a win for me. Honestly, both of these are fantastic. Bottom line, they're great. If you can afford to go a little extra, if there's a day that the shop is having a deal or something and you can splurge to get the more expensive ones, Gelinade is a delicious strain. I'm very much enjoying this high.
Yeah.
But if you need to save a little money, you want to invite some friends over and smoke something real big and just roll up a ton of stuff. Shareable flower. I love it. Girl Scout Cookies by Old Pal, also definitely a win.
Yes, and big shout out to Emjay for making, just this delivery possible and stuff. Highly recommend them if you're in the LA area. Let us know if you want to see more of these like versus videos. I think it's always fun when we can kind of compare like 2 different things. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on the next one, all you have to do is hit this button in the corner to subscribe to the channel.
Over there. If you'd like bonus content from us, you can join our Patreon club by clicking right over here.
Right in the middle, and of course more videos from us right now. Either of the videos off to the left.
Right over there.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone.
Sending good vibes.